I think the Chinese leadership became more and more confident and assertive. It, to some extent, developed under Hu Jintao, but of course, really accelerated under Xi Jinping. Now, nobody thinks the People's Republic will be restrained. I think it's very dangerous, and it's something that not only is the CCP very dangerous, extremely dangerous, and very capable and ruthless, but the kind of implicit discounting of how dangerous it is also very dangerous. The other thing is tremendous policy failures by the United States.
How to deal with it? You wrote this book, The Strategy of Denial. So tell us about what does that mean?
Sure. Well, denial is basically, I think the core goal, we have to get back to basics. We became very arrogant and sort of ideologically almost fanatical in the last generation in the United States. And now we need to get back to the basics of politics in the international realm. And our core goal, in a sense, it always has been, certainly in the last century, has been denying any other state a power position in the international system where they could impose their will on us and undermine our national life, our prosperity, our freedoms, etc. And our goal is limited. It's limited and kind of, you could think of it as sort of conservative or status quo oriented, which is to deny China that dominant position. And in that, we share that goal with many, many countries, particularly in Asia, really all of China's neighbors, certainly Japan and Taiwan, South Korea, Vietnam, Australia, India, possibly even Russia over time. And the stronger that and more aggressive that China becomes, the more these countries will have an interest in working with us. And that's what you see happening, more due to what China's doing than anything that we're doing. And so that's coming together, that coalition. The problem is that China, Beijing, I'm sure understands what's happening. It's happening in full view, so they're not stupid. To the contrary, they're very intelligent. So I think they will look to try to break that coalition apart. And they're going to use their economic leverage. That's what they're trying to do with Australia right now. It's not working. In fact, it's backfiring. So I worry that that's going to lead them to look to the military instrument. And what my book is really about is how do we convince China not to do that it's not to its advantage to try to use military force to break that coalition apart. And that comes down to being able to defend U.S. allies in particular within that coalition, including Taiwan, in a way that is sort of sane, sort of rational for Americans to do. It's not crazy. And that involves a military strategy of what I call denial defense, basically trying to defeat a Chinese invasion. I think the key is to be so prepared and ready and focused that it won't be so costly that it will be out of proportion to the gains. There's nothing else in the world that the United States should be worried about nearly as much as Taiwan, because Taiwan is about the future of the anti-hegemonic coalition and China dominating Asia. Ukraine's not that important. Whatever's happening in the Middle East is not that important. Asia is what's most important, and China is what's most important. If you can get that right, other things will be manageable. And if you get that one wrong, it doesn't matter if you win smaller wars or you prevail in smaller wars at peripheral. And frankly, we're not focusing as much as we should.